if the text, the Bhagavad-Gītā, is the revelation and expression of the Lord, we need to understand the text as an unfolding of the being, the essence that is Krishna, rather than his words out thrown into the field in the world. It is Krishna that is encapsulated within these words. And when we fail to recognize the presence of the being of a continuity of Krishna in the form of words, in the form of songs, we are still not understanding the way the Lord unfolds in all the modes of time. But this unfolding, you need to keep in mind, is not finite. At the same time, is not a singular expression of the absolute revealing itself. If you go to the background of the dialogical context, there are two sets of dialogues in the Bhagavad-Gītā. The first set is Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya, a blind king, an all-seeing minister. This blind king cannot see what is in front of him. He's physically blind, but he's also metaphorically blind. Sanjaya has this grace from Vyasa to see remotely. He can not only see what is in front of him, he can also see remotely, and that is how the songs are delivered to Dhritarashtra. The event is given to, described, presented to Dhritarashtra. But the actual narration, actual dialogue is between Krishna and Arjuna. And it is not that Krishna is preaching, because there is as much of input of Arjuna in this unfolding as is that of Krishna in revealing. Because Arjuna is not a silent listener. Okay, Lord, anything you have to say. He confronts. Buddhim moha yasiva me. You are trying to trick me. You are as if deluding my mind. Tad ekam vada nishchitya. You say one thing with certainty. Why are you saying this sometimes, that sometimes? So this is not a servant speaking to the master. This is a friend having a dialogue with his friend. God is a friend here. Krishna, sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam, and later when Krishna reveals his Vishwarupa, the universal form that also transcends its own universal manifestations, Arjuna is shocked. I always took you as my friend and made all the jokes. So these are these two people having this dialogue, and this is the dialogue that is revealing the meaning. And so we have to always read the background. That is very essential for any meaning to unfold. There have been so many commentators, interpreters of the Bhagavad-Gītā, but the text is never expunged of meaning. Like Kalpavriksha, the wish-fulfilling tree, or Kamadhenu, the wish-fulfilling cow, the Bhagavad-Gītā keeps on giving. The meaning keeps unfolding in all the new times and conditions. This makes us to wonder, is meaning finite? Is the text revealed in one particular mode in history, in particular place for a particular person? Or is this unfolding of the divine speech eternal, and while the text is encoded, its meaning is always in the flux, constantly unfolding, enfolding? Should we treat the manifestation, the revelation, as a historical event that has a determinate mode of unfolding? Or should we consider this as a process of eternal unfolding of meaning? These conflicting ideas have to be tested throughout history, through different commentaries, with a very faithful reading of the book and also the commentaries. But how can we consider so many different chapters teaching so many different yogas are equally valid? This is the way to read the Bhagavad-Gītā, as a possibility of all different meanings. And what I personally believe is, after a faithful reading of the commentaries by Acharyas, we should allow the text to speak for ourselves, customized meaning for the way the text relates to you personally. If the text is eternally relevant, its conditions have to incorporate our current situation or the future situations. How can we write a meta text? A text that transcends our own temporal existence. A text that transcends our situatedness in particular place in history, and speak for eternity. That is a test, that is a challenge, and that is the way to discover meaning beneath every single stanza of the Bhagavad-Gītā. We should not make meaning a historical project, but at the same time, we should not encourage madness that goes beyond the grammatical rules and nirukta and the ways the ancient ones have used the terms. Meaning, while a text can be unfolding in all different situations, subjects are not free to assign whatsoever meaning it comes to their head. They have to strictly follow by the laws of Bhashya, the way the commentaries are written,